Sup guys, Fridge here. The game in the background is Downwell, and I played this game a little bit before I made the footage for this, and I gotta say, I adore this game. I really love it. It's a really nice indie game. It's been out for a while now, and I really suggest you check it out. And on the topic of games, the last game I played for my last video, I was playing TikTok Tower. I really did not enjoy that game. Like, honestly, while I was recording the footage, I did not enjoy it. It was ridiculously complicated for no reason, and just the fact that they only gave you 10 seconds for each level, really, it was a little bit too much, but that might just be me, not being very good at video games. But, yeah, after that, I've decided, from now on, I'm gonna make sure to play my games before I decide I'm gonna record with them. So yeah, that's not too big a deal. I've still got plenty of games to play. Might play TikTok Tower again, I don't know. I really didn't like it when I was playing it, so not sure I'm gonna play it again. But anyway, to the story. This is a little life story I had. This was like back when I was maybe like just starting like first grade or second or some shit. I don't fucking know. But yeah, so let's set the scene here. I think I did something over the summer, like some summer reading or whatever for my mom, and she promised me if I did it, she'd get me one of those little Razor moped things that look like a Vespa or whatever. You know the deal. And so yeah, I did it, and I got this tiny little blue Vespa or whatever, and I absolutely loved it. I was racing across the street at like 5 miles an hour, if that. Yeah, I just loved it. I always like rode it around to my friends' houses in the neighborhood, and I really, I had so much fun. Like, my entire summer was just riding that, and this was before video games, so yeah. I spent a lot of time outside. One day I was just riding it around, and I saw a couple of my other friends in the neighborhood. In this neighborhood, I was sort of a young kid. I was a young kid, but compared to the other kids in the neighborhood, like, all the people in there most of the other kids were already in, like, middle school or whatever. I don't fucking know. But, so yeah, I made a lot of friends with a couple middle school kids, and one in particular wasn't really my friend, but he hung around my other friends, so sort of tolerated him. I didn't really think of a name for him, so let's just call him the fucking douchebag. Yeah, douchebag, cause he was a real dick. Like, not gonna lie, even before this situation, he was just a dick. He lied about a lot of stuff, always bragging about stuff he did, and making fun. He was a douchebag. No other real way to put it. So anyway, I was hanging out with my middle school friends, and just letting them like take little rides around the cul-de-sac or whatever. And he fucking comes out. He's like, hey Fridge, let me get a ride. I wasn't timid, I guess, but, I was a person who really liked being fair. I let all my other friends ride it, so I guess I had to let him ride it, I guess. And so I'm like, alright, dude, just ride around the cul-de-sac and then come back over here and give it back. He's like, oh yeah, sure. And he fucking takes it, floors it, and like he rides around the cul-de-sac, goes straight past me, goes down some other cul-de-sac, like down some hill, and I can't fucking see him. And I'm like, what just happened? What? And like, I'm still waiting there, a little dumbfounded. I have like no idea what just happened. And then he's sort of coming back, but like something's wrong. Like, the moped's just sort of like bumping up and down a little bit, like pathetically, and it's going way slower than before, and it's like he couldn't have burnt out the battery that quickly. I mean, it lasts at least a whole half hour or whatever. And so I come up, and he's like laughing or whatever, and I'm like, what happened? And so apparently after he like split past me and like already was fucking messing up by not giving it back to me after riding the cul-de-sac, he went down some other hill and he ran into a car like at full speed. And while I guess he wasn't hurt, he fucking popped the tires on my moped. He's like, haha, sorry dude, whatever. He was such a dick. Like, he didn't even care. Like, he even tried to ride it back out, and he ended up breaking it for good. Like, he destroyed the actual tire parts. Like, before the tire was just popped, but the rims on the moped ended up being like dented in too because he kept trying to ride it. And so little me, I didn't know how I was feeling. I was sad because like that moped was one of the best things I ever had, and then this douchebag over here comes and he destroys it in like one ride. And I was like so pissed, but I couldn't fight him. I mean, I'm barely in first grade and he's over here like maybe an 8th grader or something. I don't know. And he was just such a dick about it. Like, and then I take it back and I tell my mom what happened, and she gets like pissed off. She goes tells him off, and he's one of those douchebags who can't even realize that they're in trouble. Like, when an adult calls them out, they just whatever, and they're like, oh, I'm better than you, who gives a fuck, and like it, and like doesn't take anything they say to heart. And that just made it even worse. Like, he couldn't even give me the benefit of feeling bad about like destroying the best thing I got like that summer. And so like the rest of the summer was spent trying to find a way to fix it. And like even right now, I think it's still like in my uncle's like extra space under the house or whatever, because it's still not working or some shit. Like, we got it working for a second after that, and then like the battery burnt out, and yeah, he flat out destroyed my fucking moped. So yeah, that was a long time ago. I don't fucking know where he is now. Probably in a ditch or some shit. Like, but yeah, he was just one of those guys that just, you cannot hang with them. They're such douches. And after that, I never really talked. I think I might have talked to him once more after that, and he said some shit about it. And he was lucky I was with like my family or whatever, because I would have clocked him right there. Because at this point, I was older, and so was he. And I was just so pissed about it. But yeah, those kind of guys, man, those are not guys I wanted to hang out with. Like, I'm sure later in my life I did hang out with more of them. I can't even remember at the moment. If I do, I'll probably make a story about it. But yeah, that was the douchebag. That was my moped story, or my little Razor scooter story. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Leave a like or a subscribe if you want. It's cool. So yeah, catch you on the flip side. Later.